I hope you're not too busy teeing enough to miss out on the glorious stories to come.
Oh.
Oh.
Did someone say triple X split?
Triple X split State of the Union? Let's just see how this.
How it's teeing.
If everything's good, just see if everything's good, dude.
It was a little Spanish flea named Adrian. Oh, wait, what?
Check, check, check.
Testing here on the.
Keep talking, dude.
We're currently marking out here on a Smark and a Mark, brought to you by Telios and Tino Sabatelli's Bar and Grill. Use promo code OVER to get 5% off of half your bill.
You said 5% off half your bill.
Yeah, so total
Fucking
2.5.
That's so much more work.
Of course. Oh, but of course. I am the League of Shadows. Dark Knight Returns or. Tee. Dude, there's seriously people playing outside right now.
Yeah, there was this. There's these.
Rambunctious group of kids.
Yeah.
And? You were saying?
Yeah, they're what do you call it?
Bunch of marks?
Like Saudi people.
Oh, so they okay.
And they're arguing outside, and it just seemed like it really had to hit the deck, get somewhere safe, because it didn't seem like it was anything good going on. Is that racist? Possibly.
No. Definitely not. Interesting. There's literally crickets sounding right now. This has no reflection on how the pay-per-view segment of a Smark and a Mark is going to be here on Mr.StreamThing GTP, aka Dat Young YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right with you here on a Smark and a Mark. The Smarks take over NXT Riverside. Just all we're doing is segueing this link to our various social medias to make sure that they get the most efficient viewership possible here on El Smark and a Mark. Huh?
One that should be.
You said not that shitty? What?
So let's run that shit, B.
Oh, we're gonna do it right now. Don't worry about that.
God damn, dude.
Oh, hey, don't say Jay Lethal's name in vain.
Don't sully my name.
Don't
goddamn me and sully my name.
Don't besmirch my name.
Is it playing?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in to another live installment of Pay-Per-View Wrestling Podcast and our segment of Smark and a Mark here with Admin Luna. I'm your street Mark Flores here at
Cut the power, brother.
Another great intro brought to you by the good people at WWE for not licensing that intro to us.
Allowing us to use it atop our wrestling observatory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are high atop the wrestling observatory in the San Bernardino Mountains, giving you the latest news, updates, and any current events that are going on in the world of wrestling, whether it be Lucha Underground, Subterranean Lucha, Ring of Honor, The Honorable Ring, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, NXT, WWE. And for the people that think NXT is separate from WWE entirely, this one's for you.
What's up, dude? How's it going?
It's going good, Adrian, and I want to thank you for participating in another great episode of A Smark and a Mark.
A Smark and a Mark. Not to be confused with the paper review, which is something you do, which is something you've been doing on your own. What the hell's up with that?
Paper review?
Mm-hmm.
Paper review needs its own little mini segment. I'm going to decided to, instead of reviewing like how I do with that, how I do with that, like doing my own reviews of paper reviews and stuff, we're going to do the paper reviews here on a Smark and a Mark, and then I'm just going to have random countdowns.
Yeah, that's okay, dude. You can cut me out.
Well, I can count you out for the countdowns, but I can count you in for predicting paper reviews.
Thanks for leaving me cold in the corner and not tagging me in, bro.
Hey, man, that's what a Smark and a Mark's for. This is how you guys are gonna figure out who's a Smark and who's a Mark here on a Smark and a Mark.
There's only one way to do that, to be honest.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
A great day for American culture. It's one of the only days that
for American culture.
for American people to put on sombreros, sing to La Cucaracha, sing tequila from that one song Tequila, and drink tequila.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the only days where a lot of it's actually the only day that American people listen to Vicente Fernandez
and embrace Mexican culture.
Yes, exactly. But this May 5th was a particular May 5th.
It was different. We kind of celebrated Cinco de Drinko.
We definitely did in the beginning.
We did for sure. No, we did.
Because this Cinco de Mayo, we actually had to go watch some wrestling. And not just any wrestling, the wrestling that you and I enjoy, the intimate, the very compact assembly of people within the Riverside Municipal Auditorium, which I'm vying for them to actually use that for NXT TAKEOVER Riverside.
You're pushing the hashtag or what?
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to get all the NXT announcers to vie in for that.
It's a pretty small building.
It is.
You should rally for NXT TakeOver Ontario, Citizens Business Bank Arena.
I could throw a tennis ball and throw it over the whole venue.
Yeah,
that's how small that place is.
You want to see me throw a football over that Riverside Municipal
Auditorium?
Over
that municipal auditorium. But this Friday, yeah, we actually went to an NXT live event, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
enjoyed it through and through. I was dressed up as the ref.
Mm-hmm.
You were dressed up in your best. In my
Sunday's best.
In your Sunday's best Balor outfit.
Yeah, getting a lot of too sweets, and I was too sweeting.
Yeah,
I was
getting a little too sweet.
Yeah, actually, you remember we were drinking at the bar, and we had someone in a van yell at us, Balor Club, ow! And then we too sweeted at the table. We pounded some drinks, overpriced.
Tacos were decently priced.
They were
$1.50.
$1.50, which I'm not spending over $175 for a taco. Yeah. That's my limit. $175 is my limit.
It's hard to find tacos around $1 to $1.50 these days.
Yeah.
Especially in the high level market that is Riverside on Cinco de Mayo.
That is very true. Now that you put it that way, that was a hell of a deal.
It was.
That's pretty good tacos.
So before we actually go to NXT Riverside, we actually found a bar nestled across the street from it called Heroes.
Perfect
Locale. I was there earlier than necessary, but that gave me the opportunity to enjoy a beer by myself.
Way earlier than necessary.
Because
you're hitting me up at 7 a.m, like, where you at? And I'm like, dude, give me time. It's
important.
Man.
It's imperative to find parking that early.
Still at work.
Now
you did the dickhead thing, and you went and you found parking at the bar. You didn't tell me about that.
Oh,
you left me on my own to find parking 2 blocks away.
Because there was no parking by the time you get there.
When I showed up, I was like, "Where you parked at?" "Oh, right here." "Oh, thanks." I was gonna purchase something from the bar
to participate
in the parking. No, but dude, parking was atrocious.
What'd you have to do? Like 2 blocks away.
2 blocks away, which for some reason I'm not gonna get mad at her. I'm not gonna blame her. She's young.
You're talking about your car?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My girl.
Oh.
We fucking park 3 blocks away. Might as well have been a fucking mile away. Mm-hmm. We get ready. We get everything. We walk over, meet you at the bar. She left her ID in the car.
Yep, sounds about right.
So I have to walk back. And then walk back, and by that time I can't even have 2 beers. Like, so I just got one gnarly beer.
Yeah,
and that was good enough.
Yeah, 3 blocks away, you're almost flirting with about a half a mile out.
Yeah,
it's a couple blocks. It's very uncomfortable, especially when you need to relax and drink a beer with the guys. I of course brought my cousin Steven.
Yeah, that dude was cool.
Yeah, it's crazy because all the events that I was telling him about, he was either there or there was like 2 degrees of separation from him talking about those events. Like, I was talking to him about Super Dragon from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. He was like, "Oh, I was there during the hardcore match he had with Kevin Steen." So all these like
good dude
6 degrees of separation, he was all a part of.
Not only was he a wrestling fan, but he was with Mark himself.
Total big time. Old, a lot wiser than I am. I don't watch wrestling. I just observe it from high atop the wrestling observatory. Which I do the best I can with my telescope.
Yeah.
My telescope isn't the longest or isn't the most girth, but the telescope I watch wrestling with does the job.
Yeah, you get your microfiber cloth and clean off the lens.
Yeah, you got to do some lens polishing here and there.
Of course, have to.
One of those smudges.
Oddly enough, I seen you there. You hit me up because you had seen me on the corner. Like, dude, I'm over here. Hey, what's up, dude? Me and my girl go over there. You're with your cousin, and oddly enough, we ran into Slick that was over there.
Yeah,
having a beer.
It's funny because he never says he drinks beer, but then we catch him slipping, drinking a Newcastle.
Yeah,
there of Cinco de Drinko. You feel it's appropriate to drink an English beer on Cinco de Mayo in Riverside?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's plenty perfect for us.
Slick is he's not the most
intellectual.
Yeah, when it comes to that.
When it comes to ideas and things like that. Yeah. We love you, Slick, if you're listening in. We also want to thank the people at geeksgamers.com, the Facebook group geeksgamers.com. They always do right by me when I need to share the link to the podcast, and they liked the Kenny Omega podcast that I did this Monday. The title for that podcast was "If Kenny Omega Signs to the WWE, These 3 Things Need to Happen." And I named those said 3 things.
What were they? Or you just go download the episode and listen to it?
Yeah, you just have to download that. You just have to download Spreaker.com and go from there. It's Spreaker.com exclusive.
What?
Spreaker.com / pay-per-review. Yeah, there we go. Enough. Oh, you're helping me out with the plug. Man.
Try to set that up, but you just...
appreciate the assist.
Damn, no problem.
So the venue, real quick, for this NXT event, Raw Intimate, we've been there before, and we got some decent seats, especially us having 4 people that needed to be sat, and we got sat accordingly.
Which was weird because, like, the last time I went, I had a specific seat I had to sit at. This time, they're just like, pick any seat over there. So I thought we had assigned seating.
You and I both, actually. If they were numbered, I would assume they would be assigned.
Fuck me for thinking that.
Yeah.
But we're over there at the bar. You're like, don't worry, dude. Bell time's at 7:30. I'm like, we have reserved seats. It's cool. No, it was first come, first serve. But we did get pretty decent seats.
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude. We actually have a picture of the seats we were at.
Here on the... Oh, no, that's Slick.
That's not the seat we were at.
Right there.
We were able to see some pretty good stuff, man.
That's decent. That's very decent right there.
Now, who is that right there? That's that's No Way Jose and Keanu Reeves. I'm sorry, Kota Reeves.
What is it? Yeah, Kona Reeves.
Kota Ibushi.
Jeez. The card was decent. There was a lot of good, NXT primarily focuses now on newer faces. Independent signings come here every so often, but mostly they have developmental. And the roster that they had that night was, I would say, 70-30, 70% new, 30% veterans. I'd say you would agree with.
Yeah. You're right.
Because the only people that we would recognize as with some tenure would be Ty Dillinger, Asuka,
Hideo Itami, No Way Jose,
DIY,
CN almost. The DIY is still new. They're still new. They don't have the sort of like you said, the tenure that these other guys have.
You're right. I'm thinking as far as being in the biz in general.
Well established. Yeah.
So it'd be Cien. It'd be Cien Almas, Ty Dillinger,
homegrown talent. Yeah, homegrown talent. You got Bobby Roode, Ty Dillinger. I can go ahead and lump Ty Dillinger in that homegrown talent.
No.
No Way Jose. Yeah. Also, Ruby Riott is a new face that showed up. Cassius Ohno. Cassius Ohno is another old guy.
Man, I was glad to actually see Cassius Ohno finally perform in the flesh.
Yeah. So many people are talking shit about how fat he was.
I hate that superficial shit. And when you see him kip up, everything changes.
But I don't know. People are laughing at him. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, I leaned over to my girl and I was like, this is the fattest, most athletic guy you'll ever see. Move around.
Exactly.
And she was impressed with what he was doing.
Big Damo didn't use the one-winged angel. I'm glad for that.
Well, Big Damo wasn't there.
I know, and I'm glad he wasn't even there. But Drew Galloway was there too.
Yeah.
Or Drew McIntyre. Sorry, I have to use these aliases now.
I'm not a mark for Drew McIntyre. I didn't like the 3-man band. I didn't like. I don't know.
They got some big stuff planned for him, I think.
He's over as hell with these people, though. Like, I was getting intermission hits. I go and take a picture of the ring, of course. I go out, mingle in the smokers area, do whatever they do in the smokers lounge. Area. Whatever the people do, whatever I do. And then I go in and I look for a beer. I go downstairs. We don't have any more beer. You know that bar that has like two sides to it? Went to the other side. Didn't have a beer on the other side. I went upstairs. Didn't have beer there. They were just serving mixed drinks. So I'm over here looking for beer. And then while this is going on, Drew McIntyre walks out. Place goes nuts. And I'm just like, what's going on? Oh, it's Drew McIntyre, whatever. Oni Lorcan came out. And then that's when I marked out because I was...
They just came out to the lobby?
No, like came out. I was just like, wait. I was in line and screwed over by the wait time to see if they had beer because I'm over there like, excuse me, hey, and then they're not paying attention, so I have to wait in line to ask if they have beer, just to get shut down. So all that shit took so long that while that was going on, Drew McIntyre walked out. Place went crazy, but I didn't care because I'm not a big fan of the guy.
He had a good match at WCPW, one of the WCW pay-per-views against Will Ospreay.
WCW?
WCPW.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You said WCW.
Are you sure? I was probably thinking about my Woman Crush Wednesday because she was.
Who's your Woman Crush Wednesday?
Kyla Braxton. She's my new little.
Who's that?
She was the one that's doing announcing with Tom Phillips III. The third version of Tom Phillips was there. Overall, that place went nuts. Everything we were trying to get over as far as like shout outs.
Oh man, we were popping people around us.
It was hilarious.
One, because we're dumbasses. Two, because we're at the wrestling show and we're
a couple beers deep too.
We're in our element.
Yeah.
Me and you were talking to each other and people we had to yell so people would overhear our conversations and like, all right, there's this last time we went, me and Kaz were sitting on the balcony. This was last year.
Yeah.
What at like December or November? Homeboy, I forgot who it was, did a snapmare takeover. Basic move.
Yeah.
Pretty much in the arsenal. Standard move pretty much in the arsenal of every wrestler. And this dude sitting in front of us freaked out. Lost his shit because he seen a snapmare and he was like, "Oh my snapmare!" And ever since then, dude, this has become like a meme between us, where we just yell snapmare. So, of course, at this show, any snapmare that happened, you were even so amped up that you
you called
a
headlock takeover a snapmare, and I got called out by a fucking Smark 2 rows in front of me. It's not a snapmare.
It's not a snapmare.
Yeah.
That guy, that was funny.
Get corrected by Professor Frink.
But we would freak out over every snapmare. There was one snapmare that Ty Dillinger did, and you were like, snapmare, oh my God, like ridiculous. Like it was, of course you're making fun of it. And this guy in front of me was just like, it turns to his friend, he's like, Ty Dillinger has a good snapmare. He's like, shut the fuck up, you mark.
Oh,
it was funny, dude. It was a good time. Good time.
Did I mention I love wrestling?
Dude, we both love wrestling, man. Aren't you too sweet for that, dude?
It was the best because my cousin, we were always talking about going out to go to events now, and I think he's gonna be my tag along now.
Cool,
see
man.
about it.
Yeah. He knows his shit too, so it's like you're not dragging someone along. You're not trying to impress them, or not impress them, but you're not trying to show them something they don't watch.
No.
So he's definitely someone to bring along.
The overall, even just seeing the main two guys that I needed to see too was Hideo Itami and Bobby Roode again, and then Ty Dillinger with his like send off tour. That was cool too.
Is that what's going on right now?
He had his ultimate send off at NXT San Diego, which was the next one after.
Oh, after this event, they went over to San Diego and he had a. Oh, okay.
Yeah. People's elbow or the perfect 10 elbow.
He threw a rock bottom and a people's elbow. That was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Well, you know, whoever inspired him, and it's more than likely The Rock for the last 15 years that would inspire you.
That's who I would think it is.
Yeah,
but I didn't see people I wanted to see. DIY was there, which I figured they would be there. They're pretty big around this area.
Man. Every single time.
They're amazing. Especially they put the boots to your boy Tino Sabatelli, which was good to see.
That guy, man, Tino Sabatelli. I don't like him, but that means he's doing his job.
That's true.
Yeah,
but he sucks. Regardless, if you don't like him, I hate him.
Yeah, he's gonna be a chick magnet for sure. He's gonna be a huge draw. He's gonna service the ring rats.
Yeah, my girl already left me for him. That happened that night.
She's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna see what he wants."
I just want an autograph.
Yeah, it took 30 minutes.
It takes 2 hours to get an autograph. Let's go home, babe.
Oh my God.
Let's go home.
Why do you have a room key?
She has lipstick on her. It's like, what the fuck?
I know. Other than that, it was still a great event.
Who did you want to see? Because I was under the impression, and I'm not a Smark like you.
We don't know who's the Smark or a Mark.
We'll see who the Smark and the Mark is.
Yeah.
But unlike you, I don't look up who's going to be there.
I didn't either.
Last time you did, and you told me last time you looked up, you're like, well, I already know who was going to be on the tour, so I wasn't let down.
Expect to see Shinsuke.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to see the Authors of Pain, not because I'm fans, because they're NXT champions and they should be at fucking every show.
Yeah.
But I didn't see them. I wanted to see Sanity. I wanted to see
that place would have went nuts because that song that they have.
Eric Young.
I wanted to see Eric Young myself. I think they probably have him on a different leg of the tour.
Well, apparently some of the top guys are like the top guys that weren't on this tour was in the UK doing the tour over there. So, I wanted to see Aleister Black so bad.
That would have been cool.
I wanted to see him really.
I wanted to see Tommy End.
Yeah.
The
main event, yeah.
The main event too was
you saw your boy Bobby
Roode and Ty Dillinger for the NXT title, the old NXT's title. So because I guess those are the Full Sail exclusive titles, or the TakeOver exclusive titles.
That's so weird.
We don't want these titles getting lost.
Yeah,
or getting pawned.
You were not going to take these titles home and come on them.
I know. Take Asuka. Take the Brad Maddox Women's Championship.
That made some dude laugh hard. Behind us, he's like, "It's a Brad Maddox title."
No, the Brad Maddox
dude was
title.
Just like,
It's funny. I like going there, and I hopefully NXT keeps going there too, because it's
dude, like
super easy to get off the freeway, one exit away. I know where to park for free and not get juiced by the tolls.
So. No, excuse me, not get what?
Juiced.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something else.
No, not that other thing. So yeah, I know how to save more money now because I spent like $2 on a weekend when I wasn't supposed to spend money on a toll on the weekend. So I gave the city of Riverside $2 free. So that goes towards like a little blot of tar for the pothole or something.
I better see some new screws get put in. Oh shit! Okay, Smark and Mark solo. No one's watching. They got more subscribers.
You guys should have snuck in the ring with the ref outfit and the belt. Yeah,
dude, that would have been awesome. That would have been sick.
Dang. Apparently, Santa Cruz doesn't care about our stories. Okay, cool. Well, right. Freedom of the press, buddy. Other than that, you want to get in a light little Diet Pepsi Monday Night Raw?
Do you have any Knife Edge Shop news?
Oh yeah, Knife Edge Shop news. So, PWG is actually having some confusion with their
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Is that what you're talking about?
With their Twitter handles and what's going on with their actual Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
So, it kind of gives you the suspicion that they might be either changing their name or changing ownership. You know, once you go down that rabbit hole, there's plenty of questions that come or plenty of situations that can come of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that everything's all right amongst there, just because they're having an event. They're having an event in May, later in a couple weeks, where Zack Sabre Jr. is going to defend his title. I forgot how the card goes, but I just wanted to double check and to make sure they didn't have any tickets laying around. But yeah, I just don't want to. I worry about that because if Pro Wrestling Guerrilla goes and changes ownership, you know, the first thing that might go is them actually moving out of that Legion, that American Legion place.
Where?
Over in Reseda.
In Reseda?
Yeah. You were there before, correct?
No, I haven't. I've never been to a PWG show.
Yeah, that's one of the things I want to do.
Dude, it's hard. It's hard.
You have to do it on your computer and just wait.
You have to sit there and refresh right at the fucking moment and buy tickets. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I just hope for the best for PWG. Other than that,
yeah. Well, fuck, man. They're pretty much got their talents getting poached left and right. So it's like, what are they gonna do?
And they don't really have anyone contractually obligated, especially like upper tier stars.
Mm-hmm.
They might have some mid card people, but and people on the lower card maybe.
Yeah.
But from what I see, I know that people on the main card, at least 4 of those guys, tour other places. Some people with Evolve, some people with WCPW, just a bunch of places. So the main thing to take away from that is you just got to worry once everything starts. One thing that worries me is that I don't like this. I don't like seeing changes like that because then it leads to something actually effectively happening.
Yeah.
So I hope for the best for PWG.
I hope for I'm pulling for you, PWG.
Yeah. You have anything over on your end, over on your neck of the pond for Knife Edge Shop news?
That was your only story.
Yeah, that was it. That was it on my end.
Yeah.
Nothing for you?
No, not really.
No suplexes you found? No any other finishers?
Ooh.
Besides the fact Big Damo takes Kenny Omega. From what I've heard, Big Damo actually had the one-winged angel first, or his variation of it.
Really?
So yeah, I kind of have to smark my ass down real quick.
Smark your ass down, bro.
Cool your pies, brother.
That's
as the
funny.
People from the We Watch Wrestling podcast say.
Right.
Speaking of that, they were actually there.
Oh, they were?
From the We Watch Wrestling podcast.
Yeah, those Quincy Jones show was there too. He's the guy I follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
And he was on the balcony. Shout out to those guys. They have wrestling podcasts.
Dude, one day we just have to have a big event where all the wrestling podcasts just come together and just
fucking watch WrestleMania.
That'd be sick. At like one, like we rent out a convention hall or something.
Or we could just do it at the Orange Space.
And then we just have. Oh yeah, but dude, how many people have wrestling podcasts?
Well, we're not gonna invite everybody.
We have to.
It's gonna be like the Warriors, dude. You bring 2 people from every gang.
Oh, from every territory?
Yeah.
From every wrestling podcast territory?
Yeah, dude.
That'd be sick.
We'd
be the Pacific Coast Wrestling Podcast portion.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
PCW, dude.
Yeah. Oh, PC Dub. Show some damn respect.
All right. So Knife Edge Shop news.
Knife Edge Chop news is just the one chop today. Woo!
Just enough to get that chest red.
Just enough to get that.
So we saw Bobby Roode defend the old NXT title.
Yeah.
And then Ty Dillinger beat the shit out of him afterward.
Got
that
his
was
heat
awesome.
back.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode's a shit, man. He's amazing live.
You know there's a lot of people giving him shit. Like there's other Facebook groups that I participate in because I like keeping the ball rolling with the mind. I like talking wrestling.
Well, top our wrestling observatory. That's all we do.
Yeah, and high atop the wrestling observatory, you have to go down to the commoners and see what they're discussing. No, but in all seriousness, you have to check what everyone else is talking about. And then there's this ongoing opinion with some people in some circles saying that Bobby Roode isn't all that. And
meanwhile, you hear wrestlers saying if they can still wrestle, old wrestlers saying if they can still wrestle, they wrestle Bobby Roode.
Yeah, the man's a showman, and he has the strap for a reason. Disregarding Bobby Roode is essentially disregarding the title he's holding, and to me that doesn't sit well with me because he's always the man. The way he told a story with Shinsuke Nakamura to take away that title when Shinsuke's all battered and like with his knee, selling the knee, Bobby Roode ran to him and gave him that glorious DDT and took away that title.
I like the first match and the second one.
Yeah.
I hate Shinsuke Nakamura.
But the thing is too is Homeboy got over on his own. Like the song helped, but it's over. He could have just had Glorious.
Do you think the song helped? Because the song was pretty much, you could give that song to Eric Young. I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, you could. There's nothing glorious about Eric Young.
Man, take it easy.
The way his appearance goes.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode knows how to dress in a suit. He's done it before when he was like It Factor in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, if someone else were to take that glorious theme, they wouldn't be dressing in a robe. I would assume that's Bobby's thing. Because he's done it before previously. And you can, if Eric Young, for example, let's bring that example out, had Glorious, the song, he would just walk. Would just walk towards the ring.
Yeah.
Wouldn't absorb everything in it.
You don't know that, do you?
It's just an assumption.
Yeah.
I just observe from high atop the wrestling observatory.
Bobby Roode has something about him that
it's like an it factor.
I guess, for lack of a better term, for lack of a better gimmick.
No, for lack of a former gimmick. But yeah, it's just the guy looks like $1 million, especially, and he knows he's done this. He's done that same type of gimmick before. So
I thought we were gonna see Roderick Strong wrestle him in the main event because I watched NXT that last week, and they had this fucking 7-minute piece on him.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Who is Roderick Strong? That YouTube thing.
Him and his girlfriend that I just found out who was his girlfriend was Marina Shafir. She's an MMA fighter, former judo Olympian.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey's best friend.
That's an athlete of a baby right there.
That is, and a dime piece of a woman.
You think he's armbarring his umbilical cord? Is it a little bit? Was the baby a girl or boy?
I think it was a boy. I'm not sure. But Roderick Strong is getting
tail of the tape.
It's a build-up right now.
Yeah.
This dude is gonna. The last match Shinsuke had in Ring of Honor was against Roderick Strong, and they lit that place on fire. They had one of the best matches. The last match he had in Japan, or the second to last match he had in Japan, was the first time he wrestled AJ Styles. Match of the year, last year.
Wrestle Kingdom 10?
Wrestle Kingdom 10. So, guys like Shinsuke, guys like AJ, guys like, especially AJ, they have a prior history with Roderick Strong. So now they're building him up. Now people know who Roderick Strong is, but not everybody knows who he is. So they got to familiarize everybody with Roderick Strong, and then they're gonna roll him out in that main roster, and he's gonna
have
everything
crazy
up,
matches.
dude. Mr. Ring of Honor. He's gonna light this place on fire.
There's a definite push going with Roderick Strong. It just has to be one of those slow processes.
I don't know, because he can lock it up with anybody and make.
Homeboy's nice, dude,
and make everyone else on the roster look.
He killed it. He killed it at Bakersfield when I saw him, because that was one of the first legs of the tour when he actually was on the roster with NXT.
Okay.
Guy looks like $1 million, man.
He's good.
He has a different moveset. It's more of a technical powerhouse, I would say, because he's a master of the backbreaker. Homeboy knows how to do a backbreaker, man. Guy's amazing. The
excuse me.
Let's see what we got here for Monday Night Raw, don't we?
All right, so this week Raw happened.
Yeah, and it was, dude, this leg of the tour is, it's more about giving appearances to people that don't really get WWE that often.
What do you mean? What do you mean when you say this leg of the tour?
We're talking about internationally. They go to the London, England, and will they go Birmingham?
Is that where they were?
Yeah, they was in England.
Okay. Birmingham, England.
You know, they were at the United Kingdom touring there they went to the O2 Arena, and the crazy thing is that WWE has this kind of obligation to make sure that everyone gets seen out.
Yeah, and it was really, really noticeable on SmackDown.
Everyone gets rushed out on the red carpet real quick, and then just, all right, let's have all the members of this affiliation come out, and then you two are in a singles match. You know,
which is ridiculous.
And it's hard to book that well for it not looking like just like a runway tour, like just coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. You know,
they're showing off their horses.
So Monday Night Raw starts off with Dean Ambrose and The Miz being co-GMs.
Well, Dean Ambrose backstage, and then he's talking to like higher ups and shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems like he's getting they're starting to put the focus they need to on their Intercontinental Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he comes out. He's announced as GM for the night.
Yeah.
Then your homeboy Miz comes out. He's announced as co-GM per Stephanie McMahon.
Per Estefania. I thought that was cool. I thought it was like, it's a good contrast between the two.
It was a change.
And then, so everyone decides to come out. We had Braun Strowman come out, and Kalisto then comes out.
Braun Strowman in an arm sling.
Selling that elbow. Selling that 4 to 8 week elbow. And then Kalisto comes out, and then they arrange something for Kalisto, and then The Miz says something hilarious. He's like, great, 10 minutes into being GM, you already ended Kalisto's career. To me, that was hilarious.
Can't find my notes.
The Miz and Finn Balor end up starting off in the opening match.
Yeah, that was cool.
Way, as you call it, you Smark call it a curtain jerker?
Curtain jerk.
Yeah, curtain jerking, right?
Yeah, that's the first match to open up the night, or the first thing to open up anything.
See, I'm just a mark, I don't really. I'm at the lower point of the Wrestling Observatory than you are.
Well, I fucking lost my notes.
So the Miz, the match is going smoothly until The Miz decides he's getting in a little bit of a tight pickle here, and then he decides, per his GM abilities, he tells the ref that because Finn Balor grabbed you not too long ago, that you have to call the match.
Via
DQ.
Which the ref does. he does. Calls the match.
Dean Ambrose comes out and says, no, this match is going to have a winner. And then Finn's able to pull off the win, making him the number one contender.
And he takes Maurice away from ringside.
Yeah. Oh, he ejects Maurice away from ringside too. And in the Divas department that we had right after that, we have someone colluding with someone. Alexa Bliss is colluding with the giant Nia Jax.
Oh, okay.
In size comparison anyway.
Mm-hmm.
During this match between Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, Alexa Bliss alongside Nia Jax, Mickie James then realizes she has to bring valet of her own. She brings...
Roll up them stars, baby.
She brings out Bayley, the female Sami Zayn, if you will. Equally as exciting as charismatic, does appeal to kids. I think Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn does that for me too.
Does he?
Yeah, he's cool. He's what is he? The underdog from the underground?
The luchador from the underground?
He's a generic luchador.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, Alexa finishes with the forearm at the top part of the turnbuckle, while Mickie James was at the top of the turnbuckle, and it's one of those like, hey, just wrap it up, ladies.
Just go home.
Let me just give you
go
that
home.
forearm real quick. Call it. No one gets a finisher off, which I think it kind of sucks for the London crowd. Because Alexa Bliss's top rope finisher would have been perfect. After
Sparkle
the elbow,
splash.
rolled her out.
There was a story that Cody Rhodes. Check out Keeping It 100. It's a podcast that Conan does.
Mm-hmm.
He had Cody Rhodes on there, and he was like, "What's the one thing that Dusty Rhodes taught you that you still carry to this day?" And he said that the one thing his dad taught him was to always get off your finisher in a match. He said, "Always get off your finisher, no matter what." So he said at the ladder match at WrestleMania 32 that he hadn't got his move off yet.
Yeah.
And because Kevin Owens was such a, since Dusty Rhodes was such an integral part of Kevin Owens' growth in NXT, he didn't notice that he didn't get his move off. So he jumped in the ring and then while he was whipping Cody into the ropes, he said, "Get your finisher off." And then Kevin Owens set him up to take a disaster kick. Just
Nice.
so Cody can get his move over in the match. Dusty Rhodes, boy.
There's tons of information within the Rhodes family, and a lot of people like, you know, T.O. Jimmy Cornette. He knows that Dusty's full of knowledge.
Well, yeah, he was under
Guys.
Dusty for a little bit.
That dude Dusty knows a lot.
Dusty. Yeah. So
You always have to get your signature off.
always remember that, ladies and gentlemen. So where were we at? Kalisto comes out. Braun says he can't wrestle because he's injured. Oh, this was later on in their actual match.
Yeah.
What else happened? I lost my first part of notes. I only got my second part.
Braun comes out with the messed up elbow, selling the elbow that he's supposed to get surgery off of.
He says he can't wrestle because he's injured.
So it's a one-armed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the one-armed man tonight.
So he just big boots Kalisto. That's it. We get nothing else from Kalisto.
And then Roman comes out and then starts obliterating that elbow.
He starts butt mashing that Superman punch.
Dude, Superman punch. And the way Michael Cole calls it, just there's no
I hate Michael Cole.
yeah.
I hate Michael.
There's Michael Cole in the UK tournament was good. But this Michael Cole that has Vince in his ear.
Oh, you mean Michael Cole, the co-producer of the UK tournament?
Michael McMahon.
He co-produced that.
Yeah?
Yeah. So of course he's gonna have a little more swing in that. And then I guess
The further away the further away he is from Vince,
Yeah.
the more he's able to like move freely and shit.
dude, did it seem like Booker T and Cole were going at it a little bit? It seemed like
I think
there's
that's
a little bit of
I
heat.
think that's the MO that they're doing.
There's a little bit of heat between them, but like Booker T really looks like he's pissed, like he's getting mad at this shit.
That's why he's only there for a short amount of time.
That sucks, dude. That really sucks. I wish they can keep Booker on there because there's really no use for David Otunga.
Yeah, well, he's trying to run for mayor in Houston.
So, go do your shit somewhere else.
What is he gonna do? Just have Monday Night Raw in Houston all day, just per the respects
know.
of the mayor / co-commentator of Monday Night Raw, right?
It's just on a constant loop on Channel 3 in Houston.
So Roman starts putting work on this injured elbow of Braun's, trying to ride him off for the injury. Needs that surgery apparently.
Braun called off the match and said, his intentions are to take on Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He made that clear before any of this happened.
I'm gonna squish Kalisto like an empty beer can. That guy,
Like an empty can of Tecate.
I'm gonna take that little shot of tequila down real smooth.
Damn, calling Kalisto a little shot of tequila.
That
would
would have been crazy.
That'd have been good, man.
That would have been heat in London, man. Kalisto's a hometown hero of London. He's London's own. No, but in all seriousness, it's great to ride off Braun for a couple weeks now, leading up to Great Balls of Fire.
That sucks.
Expect a surprise at one of the pay-per-views before it, just because he has a 4 to 8 week time period.
Yeah, I don't think that elbow's a real thing.
Well, that's what happens when he probably tried to do the People's Elbow at a live show and fucked it up.
Davey Boy Meltzer said that it's not real,
Yeah, I don't think so either.
which means he can return sooner than later.
Well, Davey Boy Meltzer has the highest telescope.
He has the wrestling observing device.
The biggest.
The big.
The
He doesn't have a telescope like we do.
the next match that we had This is the Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. Now this sets up a tag team turmoil match for a number one contender spot.
Yes, the tag team turmoil, which I like these. I like these little things because not only do you get all the, well, like you said, you're showcasing all the things, all the tag teams, but you can really tell a good story during this.
Showcases who's the most who has the most stamina too.
Yeah, exactly. So Enzo and Cass come out. They cut a promo, which was all right. It wasn't their best.
Yeah.
Sheamus and Cesaro come out, and they have a badass match. So, where do you want to run through this real quick?
Yeah.
So, Enzo and Cass versus Sheamus and Cesaro goes for about 5-6 minutes. And then Enzo and Cass end up losing. So, as soon as they lose...
Via the sharpshooter from Cesaro.
Yes. Tapped
Love
out.
That.
So, with the tag team turmoil, you get two teams. Whoever loses, the next team comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wins from that, the next team comes out and faces them. So, as soon as Enzo and Big Cass lose, Beauty and the Man Beast, Heath Slater and Rhino, they come out. Rhino, also a political figure.
Yeah.
So, they come out, and they pretty much beat the shit out of Heath Slater.
Yeah, Rhino doesn't even get tagged in.
Doesn't. Yeah, did he even make it to the apron? I don't even think he made it to the apron.
I think he touched some of the apron.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. He held some of that, the tag team rope that you get on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, that small little rope they have.
Yeah.
So, Heath Slater just gets worked like crazy.
Yeah.
And then they end up getting pinned. And then the club comes out. Then we cut to commercial. Because for some reason the club, them coming out, it's not anything special.
Way to bury him.
They actually had a pretty good work with Sheamus and Cesaro. I always love watching them wrestle. So they have a badass match. And they probably went 5 minutes too. So the club gets eliminated. Homeboy gets bro kicked. Who was it? Luke Gallo. He gets bro kicked and pinned.
Yeah.
Middle of the ring. Bam. Like you said, it's a testament to their stamina too. Can these guys hang on for this long if they're beating everybody?
Yeah.
So at this time, the Golden Truth comes out.
Oh, dude, I got excited when that happened. I was like, what? This might happen. The inkling possibility.
Yeah, that the Golden Truth might.
R-Truth and Goldust might get a good pop here in London.
Well, the other week, Kurt Angle said that their win-loss record, that Golden Truth's win-loss record is not favorable.
Yeah.
He told him that it might not even be, you might not even be cut for Raw because of this. So that lit a fire under Goldust's ass, Goldust is one of the best wrestlers on the roster, dude. He is old as fuck.
But he can go.
And he can still wrestle like a beast, dude. So they come out and they're on fire. Yeah. Goldust is on fire, dude. And he's just, like you said, it actually looks like they might walk away with the titles.
Yeah. Even R-Truth has a good sequence with Cesaro.
He had a hot tag. Yeah. He tags him in and R-Truth is bouncing around the ring like doing some pretty... They lit it up, dude. I was, like you said, I was excited that they might be able to do this, but then ultimately they lose.
Seeing Goldust do a scoop slam, and then you see that. I keep mentioning this on podcasts, but just seeing that gap of less than a foot from cranium to mat.
That he's able to
knowing that he does that consistently with the turn.
Awesome. So then, R-Truth has his sequence, his comeback or fire up sequence.
Yeah.
And then he does a big splash into the corner, misses, and then from the missed splash gets rolled up and then pinned.
Yeah.
So Cesaro and Sheamus beat Golden Truth. Then the Hardy Boys come out to the ring, chase them out of the ring.
Yeah.
What do you think about that coming up? They are now the number one contenders for the tag team title.
Now we have a purpose between Sheamus and Cesaro and the Hardys going at it. So now we have, instead of two faces going at it, we actually have this dynamic to where there's reason now. There's a story that you can build instead of just having two guys shake it up in the middle of the ring,
respect,
and then just,
all that other shit,
and then just go at it for the lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
I know both of them are cutting good stories to build up to it. So we just gotta wait on the ongoing weeks for Monday Night Raw to see how far the rivalry can go. Maybe to have beat up Matt Hardy or do something real shady just to build more heat. It's not that they need it, but it's like
kicking Jeff Hardy's tooth out was.
I know. Maybe they got to do his just like shave one, like just give him like a barber cut, like a little like a prank fade.
They shave off the stress streak.
Yeah, they can do that. The so like you mentioned, after crazy effort from the Golden Truce, Sheamus and Cesaro take the victory. Now the new number one contenders for the WWE titles.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we had Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
It was a great match between the two, as per usual. Samoa Joe was concentrating on the knee halfway through.
It was good. The match was good until the knee angle came.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why?
And it's like...
I understand it, but come on. Let's get past this knee angle, yeah?
Like a couple years ago?
It's 2 pay-per-views long, dude.
The... and
3 pay-per-views.
And then
2.
Seth starts busting out these moves that I haven't seen in a while. Seth busts out the blockbuster.
Yes.
And does a Falcon Arrow to Samoa Joe. Incredible.
Amazing, dude.
All within the same match.
Amazing.
Shout out to Buff Bagwell for the blockbuster.
Buff Bagwell did the he was
I think he called it the Buff Buster.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, Buff's the stuff. And the ladies can't get enough.
Come on.
You know he's one of those gigolos, right?
I know that from, where is it, Georgia?
Yeah.
That there's only one wrestler that's most prominent out of Georgia, and that's Buff Bagwell. And that's over Cody Rhodes.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Georgia.
Because then you have Goldberg.
Who the fuck?
Or
Dude,
Roman Reigns? Oh, no, he went to Georgia State.
no one cares about those guys.
Dang. We know who the Smark is.
Like you said,
Oh, wait.
Buff is the stuff.
I don't want to be the Smark. I don't want to be the Mark either.
You're the smart, bro.
Then Joe starts ripping out the turnbuckle. We start going to early '90s type of booking here. That's what I like. So we go to that corner turnbuckle being removed. Samoa Joe actually throws it out of the ring entirely so the ref can attach it.
Mm-hmm.
The ref warns him that if he does forces a headbutt from him to the turnbuckle with just the turnbuckle exposed.
He's like, don't do it, Joe. Don't do
DQ.
it. Don't do it.
Does it.
Gets DQ'd.
Ref has to ring it. If I had the ref suit, I would have rung it myself.
Yeah.
So it kind of protects both of them for not having a finish.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make sure that Samoa Joe actually gets a clean win at some point.
Yeah. But still showing that he's not opposed to doing some shit.
He's a destroyer.
Pretty good. This rivalry, I'm down. Still down.
I like seeing these guys wrestle night in and night out.
Sasha Banks comes out and smashes Alicia Fox with a botch pin.
Let's bring out that Northern Lights suplex too, with that bridge.
Northern Lights suplex is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
by
but
Alicia Fox.
other than that, the women's matches had to just rush up real quick. I guess they had to make up for the to accommodate the tag team turmoil, because that took up a whole segment.
Yeah, that was a long ass segment.
Versus having one tag match and then the Divas match.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had the Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt, where we had
no. That was T.J. Perkins and Jack Gallagher with Neville on commentary.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes.
That was a good match.
The commentary from Neville, man, Neville.
Yeah, but
excellent.
Jack Gallagher, when he was feuding with Neville said, what I always thought was that Jack Gallagher is a caricature of an English man.
Oh yeah.
How the hell is he so over then? Like, do the English people appreciate being made fun of like this, with like the generic music, the fancy twist of the mustache, the tea and crumpets,
asking people to go to duels? Like,
did they like it? I guess. Sorry, man. Like, all right, Jack Gallagher's over.
Yeah, Jack Gallagher is over though. That's it. Okay. But the thing is that his ring style
is pretty fucking unique.
It helps out a lot, and he's a showman too.
It's all about gentleman overall.
It's about telling a story in the ring, brother. Jimmy. And he definitely does it.
So Austin Aries comes out and interrupts the match, which Austin Aries against anybody.
Yeah, because they ended up trying to do a toast. He tried to have the Jack Gallagher tried to have the for He's a Jolly Good Fellow to get over, and then the 2 beers that none of them drank. Unfortunately, seeing 2 beers go to waste is pretty unfortunate.
Sucks. Yeah.
In my line of work, it's very unfortunate, especially being a wrestling fan. And then the match ends, accordingly, like with was it Jack Gallagher ended up winning.
Mm-hmm.
And just building up we're just building up this match for the inevitable, pretty much Austin Aries and Neville to get the rematch again.
Well, T.J. Perkins is no longer T.J. Perkins, is what I'm getting from this.
Oh yeah,
he's
TJP.
now TJP.
My bad. He still has that face Titantron with like the kooky 8-bit music, but
what you said you like that.
I did as when he's a face, but he's TJP now. He's different. He dabs less, or he dabs more. Actually,
He should stop dabbing. How about that?
What do you think about people wearing sneakers now? A lot of people are doing it.
Oh, in the ring?
Yeah.
It was weird. It's weird when it doesn't look right. Like when Roman Reigns was wearing sneakers, it was like...
I don't like it when Nikki Bella used to do that, because that was just like... To me, it was just... well, John does it, so let me just do it.
Was she going to come out in jorts too?
Should we pair of tight cargo shorts?
So Ambrose and Wyatt... We've seen this match a million times. Why book it as the main event in England?
This is the demographic, I guess.
What demographic? Who wants
there's
that?
a couple people wearing Dean Ambrose shirts, and I'm surprised people wear Dean Ambrose shirts.
Why? Dean Ambrose is a good wrestler. Former champ. Former
CCW champ?
Come on. Stop.
I know.
Don't sully the man's credentials
right.
like that.
He doesn't deserve to be sullied. Yeah, like you mentioned, we have seen this match a few million times, especially a couple years ago. We were watching on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
The
Miz was on commentary, and that's what changed this whole match. Was that the Miz was
a good
working the mic,
change of pace,
mm-hmm.
letting people know where the Intercontinental title actually belongs.
On the Miz,
yeah. And then during a certain point, the Miz walks closer to the ring. After Bray lands a Uranagi, the Miz begins to inch closer.
mm-hmm.
And Dean's able to get the slingshot clothesline off. And then, long story short, on the outside part of the ring, the Miz hits Dean with the title belt. And then Bray Wyatt's able to get him in a pin, but Dean kicks out at 2. But then he's able to get his sister Abigail off, gets the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose announces the winner instead of JoJo, which is crazy. Then he cuts a promo grabbing massive heat before closing off Monday Night Raw, letting people know once he gets the title, he's always gonna be awesome. So multi roles tonight for the Miz. I think Miz is gonna be the MVP for that night. He was the co-GM, announcer, ring announcer, and then he closed off Monday Night Raw.
And he opened the show too.
Oh,
he was in the opening.
There's another point for this guy. I think he did this would be the Grand Slam in terms. He would be doing the Grand Slam in terms of like baseball.
He's MVP
like
of
a
Raw.
Single, double, home run, triple. He did it all.
It's a pretty good hat trick.
Yes, exactly.
So then
we a couple hats.
So then we go over to SmackDown Live, and
same thing.
Well, what? At this point, dude, I'm done with Randy Orton. Like, there's not only of stuff that I've noticed, but like atop the Wrestling Observatory, we hear a lot of opinions from a lot of various credible new sources, not necessarily
constellations.
Yeah, but like former wrestlers themselves and former managers. And off of what I'm seeing on a weekly basis with Randy Orton, coupled with what people think about him in the business, or have heard about him, or have experienced stuff with him, why is he as a champ? Like, this guy, you have a wealth of talent that deserves to hold that belt, namely Bray Wyatt. Like, why'd they take that belt away from Bray? I still don't know, but this guy is just, I'm done with him. So they come out, SmackDown Live starts, and he comes out cutting a shitty promo. I don't know why.
Sounds like he's half asleep.
He gets interrupted by the Maharaja and the Metro PCS squad, the Geek Squad.
The Geek Squad.
The Bollywood Boys, and I'm sorry, the Singh Brothers. And of course, Jinder Mahal. And they come out, they start cutting the promo against him. Yeah. And then they get interrupted by the new face of America, which was funny because I had pointed out that we have the United States champion, which is a French Canadian. arguing with an American and an Indian dude in Europe, in the United Kingdom,
about a U.S. title.
about the U.S. title. It's as diverse as you can get. Like there's no more diversity.
There's a United Nations incident happening here in the O2 Arena tonight.
So while Kevin Owens comes out and he says no one cares about the Singh brothers and
No
the
one cares about
Maharaja.
the House of Horrors.
No one cares about the House of Horrors. He gets interrupted by AJ Styles. He comes out. AJ Styles, of course, this is the house that AJ Styles built. Then he gets interrupted by Baron Corbin, which during his interruption gets interrupted by Sami Zayn.
I'm gonna here's the mic thump.
Yeah. So you got a shit show on the ramp to open up SmackDown.
So we all know what's coming, right, playa?
Yeah, it all turns into a tag team match on SmackDown.
No cameo from Teddy Long, unfortunately.
But it ends up we have a 6-man tag for our main event, including all these people. But then again, it goes with what you said. Like they're in the UK, they're gonna roll out all their talent. We're only here for however long.
Yeah.
Here's everybody.
Because someone in the States would have the opportunity to watch them.
Oh yeah.
If you're hardcore about it, you can go from Bakersfield to LA to Ontario if you wanted to. It's easier.
Even to Vegas.
Logistically speaking, it's easier because coming to England, they have to stop for a couple live events and then the main anchor television shows.
Yeah.
And then that's it. After that, they're probably not going to be there for a year to year and a half.
Damn.
You know?
Damn.
So it's something to consider, and this is why these Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns are just more thinned out instead of having actual legitimate storylines. This is kind of like a giveaway. You think about it.
This episode was definitely a giveaway because we come back from commercial and James Ellsworth is on the mic for some reason with Carmella and Tamina
Telling everyone to shut up.
Telling everyone to shut up. And this the match starts off with Ellsworth, Carmella, and Tamina. And then it ends up being Carmella versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah, because then after that, all the faces get introduced, and then it's just singles action.
Which is like just exactly how you said. Because I watched this, I was like, all right, what the hell's going on here? But when you came over, you pointed out, well, they got to show everybody while they're there. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense now that I think about it. Throwaway match.
And then Charlotte shows off her tweener side where she's kind of like flirting with being kind of face and heel.
Yeah.
And this is kind of, she's absorbing all the heat that she's getting post nude leaks. And
there's a lot of heat with those nudes.
So it's either Charlotte's gonna turn at one of the pay-per-views, or it's gonna be a swerve where like Becky Lynch comes out of nowhere and turns, which could be because Becky Lynch has always been a sucker to be played by Charlotte.
Yeah, always.
So
always.
The kind of like the Sami Zayn to the Kevin Owens that is Charlotte. And then so after this match, Natalya ends up taking the win from Becky Lynch. And then after that, we have a hilarious segment from the Fashion Police.
You say hilarious.
No,
I say this shit missed.
Oh, yeah.
Because last week...
Not as good as the first one, I should add.
We were over as fuck with the Fashion Files. They finally got these characters to do skits and backstage stuff and make it funny and put the gimmick over.
Yeah.
This week we have another Fashion Police Files, which
happened backstage. You have to give them that. They didn't have,
Walk me through this. What happened?
So Tyler Breeze finds paint on the ground.
A weird splot of paint too. It was like mixed colors and.
Fandango was like, "Oh, we're here in the Foggy Apple, England." Thought it was funny.
They were dressed like Sherlock Holmes in a police bobby.
It's like watching The Naked Gun, because then Fandango goes down and tastes the paint, and he's like, "Oh, lead paint. Fucking lead paint's poisonous."
Yeah,
he's like, "There's only one people that'd be dumb enough to paint this on their face." I'm like, "Well, who's dumber for fucking licking it?" And he's like, both of them like the uggos. And so they keep going across the way with all the clues of the blood smears or the paint smears.
It looks like blood smears.
And Fandango just walks across the police line, lets the cone drag out, and they end up hearing a struggle happen to where the last bit of paint's at. All you hear is and chains rattling, and Tyler Breeze is like, let her go. Behind the closed door that's in front of him. Tyler Breeze then opens the door to find the Ascension just yelling and screaming and rattling chains inside together, which I thought was funny.
Terrible.
But the payoff was cheap. It could have been them painting.
It could have been them having sex. A lot of blood everywhere. I don't know. That's what I got from it.
We got blood the hard way, and the way you didn't want to find out, brother.
It went the hard way.
But yeah, it didn't pay off for them this time.
It fell short.
It was a special London unit, and just like some spinoffs jumped the shark.
Yeah, but you can't be inconsistent, especially going into a tag match. Come on, WWE. You literally have all the resources to make stuff good.
They've done it before. You figure they do it now.
So we come back to the ring. We have Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper, which had an awesome match. Two big dudes doing crazy stuff.
WWE might have missed the boat with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
Well, they still have time. They could still make something happen.
Yeah. I think Eric Rowan is going to be fixed to the mid-card more than Luke Harper is, because Luke Harper's been close to the sun before. He'll get close again.
He's proven, dude.
Yeah. Nonetheless, both are dependable and surprisingly quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that straight up.
Very athletic too. But the end of the match was a horrible body slam, which tried to like amp it up as a new finisher. Kind of looked like
it was so bad that Luke Harper had to like grab his head.
Yeah,
because he probably was seeing stars. Like his shoulders were raised at that point, and the ref could have called 2 count. But
yeah,
I guess it was just such an intense tilt-a-whirl slam that he had to see all those constellations that he was getting from that slam. The other thing to take away from tonight was the main event. This is the 4-way tag main event.
Hold on. Your boy Dolph Ziggler came out.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Called out Shinsuke Nakamura, which at this point, like I've been saying, I think Nakamura's his music is more over than he is. Everyone loves the music, loves the presence. I'm not how many people are actually seeing him wrestle at these shows. I know he did a lot in NXT, and a lot of people chant NXT.
Yeah,
but he is so ridiculously over. Like there's so many like there was a video of these people singing his theme song in a tunnel, and it was just like hundred, like it looked like a lot of people, maybe like about 100 people walking down the street just singing his song.
Yeah, people are just over with this theme song.
I have yet to see him wrestle. So Ziggler calls him out and tells him that. To which Nakamura says, "Bring in a ref. Let's do this."
What's the percentage you think of people actually seeing a match of that Shinsuke's done within the O2 Arena, just to scale?
In the O2 Arena,
17,000 people capacity. It was that night. So how many people do you think?
I'm gonna say a lot of people in the O2 Arena seen him wrestle before, because the UK fans are insane. They're nuts about that. But as far as like Tennessee, a sold out Tennessee crowd.
What about the Omni? If people were watching it deep down in the Omni,
I don't know.
Yeah,
dude.
I agree.
No. So the ref comes out. Nakamura takes off his jacket. He's ready to go. Then Ziggler's ready to go. Takes off his shirt and he's like, "Nah, I'm okay." And then walks out of the ring. Gets a bunch of heat. Pisses me off.
That's how you get attention to that match, baby.
I guess. They actually had a segment on the show called Bring It to the Table.
Yeah.
It's a new show they have on the WWE Network. And they addressed this too. They said the dude Peter Rosenberg is like fed up with it. He expressed his opinion. "I'm tired of seeing Nakamura come out, sing and dance, people cheer him. Let's get this guy in there and wrestle."
Yeah, let him win a couple jobs. You know.
Yeah, exactly, dude. He can smash Aiden English. He can whoop his ass. He could beat up.
Or Jobber. Because Aiden English needs to get off the ground.
No. He
needs to cry first. He needs to cry.
Have you seen the speculation that Aiden English is
it's Mauro?
That it's supposed to represent Mauro Ranallo?
It's artistic representation of Mauro Ranallo.
On that show, Bring It to the Table, they had an intro, and the host opened it up with, "Hi, my name is Peter Rosenberg, and I've gotten controversial. I've said controversial things and gotten heat for this. And then it goes to Corey Graves. And he's like, hello, my name is Corey Graves. And I've gotten controversy and heat for my opinions on Shane McMahon. And then it cuts to JBL, and JBL's just like, what's up? Like everyone owned up to the controversy they put out in the world.
Yeah.
And JBL's just like, what's up, guys? I'm cool.
Yeah.
I know you love JBL.
Yeah.
He continues to not only not give a shit, but sort of smother it in the face of fans. And
there's
and
a big ass
like,
elephant in the room.
And it's JBL.
That the big bull in a little antique shop.
So your boy JBL's still out there killing people.
That's your boy.
So Nakamura, I guess we're gonna have to wait to see him at Backlash.
Yeah, we might have to. We might have to see them Dolphin Ziggler.
And then of course Ascension versus the Fashion Police. Ascension jobs out to Fashion Police, and then after that the Usos came out to cut a promo, 12-day promo.
12 days.
12 days. This is gonna happen. 12 days. This is gonna happen.
Might wax each other's backs. You might kiss each other's backs. You guys lick each other's backs. I was just like,
Are you looking forward to the Fashion Police versus Usos?
I'm not looking at any more anti-homophobic suggestions from the Usos.
Damn. And then we had our main event, which was the 6-man tag we talked about, which was
The Maharaja
Corbin and Kevin Owens versus AJ,
Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton. And then they had Sami Zayn do that whole overhyped on this whole main event. I act like Woody Allen, like arguing with somebody. He's like, we all know that you're the Viper. Of course the Vipers are gonna, like, when they do that to him, it's just,
apparently that's how he is. Like on podcasts and shoot interviews, they say Sami Zayn's the most annoying motherfucker in the room, because not only would they talk about, there was a story that Kevin Owens told. It was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Brian Kendrick and someone else. It was at a PWG show, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He said that Brian Kendrick's like, or like, let's do this. How about we do this? We know how. I know you can set you up in the corner for your move. Do this and this. This whole elaborate makeup for this match. And Sami Zayn's like, nah, we need to do this. Like, completely shut him down. Don't let him get any opinion in. Lay out his match his way, and then this is how we're gonna do it. And then Brian Kendrick's like, you know, I can fucking wrestle, right? It's like, I don't need to prove anything to you. I know how to. Sami Zayn's like, do you know how to do this? Do you know how to, like? He's like,
oh man.
So he's gotten a lot of heat from workers and like bookers
Backstage
and stuff. And of course, Jim Cornette fucking hates him.
Yeah.
But he's had a problem like that. Kevin Owens came out saying he's like that. He's annoying. People hate him for that. But he has a mind for wrestling that most of the shit he says works out.
Yeah.
He goes about it wrong. So when you get this character that he is backstage annoying people,
a reflection of him, really?
It's basically a reflection of him. Yeah.
So there's nothing generic about Sami Zayn.
Not generic about him. There's nothing generico about him.
There's nothing generico about the man.
Yeah.
I hate that. Have you heard the conspiracy that El Generico and Sami Zayn are the same person?
No, well, when El Generico left the indie scene, he went down to Mexico to teach orphans. At the same time, Sami Zayn just happens to pop up in NXT.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
As El Luchador. He was did you know that?
We start off as El Luchador?
Well, he wasn't El Generico. He was like a luchador in a mask. And he came out and beat up Neville.
And when he actually figured out that his face sells the match.
Yeah.
That's like one of the best things that he has. And a lot of people do not have that same trait where they just wear tons of emotion on their face.
He can do that. He can also wrestle with the mask on and sell so good that he can get past not having a face to get his emotions across. But he also has a good face that can get emotions across.
That's the cherry on top, baby.
Yeah.
That's just extra fudge on a Sunday.
They oversell too much. Like Disco Inferno says. Disco Inferno says. They oversell too much.
Christ,
I'm tired of this overselling.
Fucking Disco Inferno.
DI, baby.
So it closes off with
the 6-man tag that was just a throwaway match. Showcase the talent.
The number one contender throwing down and pinning Randy Orton. Good stuff.
I guess.
Maharaja gets his victory over Randy Orton. Sorry, I didn't have anything to rhyme with Maharaja.
I guess.
It's hard to rhyme with that. We had no Q&As here on the live chat, and other than that, I want to thank you, Adrian, for tuning in and being one of the other viewers of this Smark and a Mark, and actually attributing to a Smark and a Mark as my co-host.
I contribute a lot. You should give me a little more credit for that.
Yeah, you're the host to the co-host of me being today.
Yeah, so next time you're doing that thing all alone, remember me, dude.
That's the exclusive Spreaker stuff that I do.
All right, dude. I get it.
What do you want me to do?
No, but kind of like a lull in this week's wrestling.
It was a low point, and it's a number of things, man. You have them filming early.
Yeah.
And you had trying to keep up with it, and to be honest, man, it's hard to get everything going. So Monday you have Monday Night Raw, Tuesday you have 205 Live and SmackDown, Wednesday you have NXT, Thursdays there's probably something going down. Mm-hmm. Thursdays you have to keep up with the Foleys, and then you gotta wait for that table for three with Bischoff.
I'm waiting for that table for
Cornette.
Three. They already teased it on the network.
And Michael P.S. Hayes.
Did you see that?
The trailer?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Not a trailer, but they said coming to the network. And then they just
it better be an hour long, dude.
Eric Bischoff at the table.
I hope it's an hour long, man. Because he said they were there for Cornette.
An hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah, Theo Hyman said that they were there for an hour and a half. Yeah. And I didn't even eat my food. I don't want to pick through shit when I'm talking about people. Yeah. So hopefully some good stuff goes down.
Oh, it's rolling out, dude.
Yeah. The other than that, you can catch us on Instagram at Mark F's Modern Life, or at Craze for Days for Craze over here on the side.
At the 840 review.
Or at GreenThing Productions.
GreenThing Pro.
Make sure you guys subscribe to Mr.StreamThing GTP, a.k.a. the spot where we do a Smark and a Mark. It helps us out on our end. And then make sure you subscribe to Spreaker.com, Paper Review, that whole channel. Mm-hmm. And to our other sub-affiliates, The Mark and Andre Show and Retro Collecting 101. This has been a Smark and a Mark.